All right, I'm here. It's time for week one. The other day, well, technically also yesterday, was week one of the NFL season, full week one. So of course we had. I'm starting off with this one. It's the Dolphins. It's the goddamn Indianapolis Colts. Um, Indianapolis Colts ended up smoking the Dolphins 33-8, and oh my God, how the Dolphins had fallen. I mean, damn, from looking like contenders to how are they gonna get out of this division or even make the playoffs is kind of great. They lost to a Colts team that literally should have never even came close to winning this game, and yet they blew them out 33-8. Tua played a iffy. He played well percentage wise. Like he went 14 for 23, 114 yards, but he threw two interceptions and only threw one touchdown. Devonta Achan played also iffy. He only had 55 yards off 7 carries. Tyreek Hill with their leading receiver with 40 yards for 4 receptions. I mean, this Dolphins team, this Dolphins defense, and it's ass. It's ass. Like, it is. They made Daniel Jones, who went 22 from 29, 272 yards, and one touchdown, look like the best quarterback and one of the elite quarterbacks. It's kind of crazy. Like, Jonathan Taylor had 18 carries for 71 yards. I mean, yeah. But freaking Michael Pittman went 6 receptions, 8 yards, one touchdown. This was complete other smoke. I mean, Zach Wilson came into the game late into the game and like threw 8 passes. I mean, this team right here, legit strong. They had one sack. I mean, it's Bradley Chubb, so I mean, it makes sense. But this team, this team is just awful right now. It is funny to watch right now, being a New England Patriots fan, which I will talk about how I will get to pissing me off on that one. But yeah, this team is just straight awful. While the Colts, I mean, just just fucking just my God, they had like 3 sacks on Tua. Right? I wasn't even watching this one. They had 3 sacks on Tua, and just just this defense smothered the Dolphins. It's kind of funny to think about this because I legit had Dolphins just beating on the Colts. So for the Colts to come in here and smoke them is funny. I mean, yeah, it's a want because I am a Patriots fan, so we're in the AFC East, so I want the Dolphins to lose. But I also am smart, so I'm not going to be like, man, the Dolphins are ass because they shouldn't be. I mean, wow, it's just funny to watch. It's funny to look and watch just how bad they played that Sunday. I mean, last Sunday. It is just amazing. Um, but yeah, the Colts. Hey, I mean, who the Colts play next week? Let's just check real quick. Fucking. Oh, they played. Yeah, never mind. Um, next game is probably the most entertaining game. It was, of course, the rivalry game of the century. It was Aaron Rodgers' return to New York, uh, just 1 year after his self destruction there. It was Jets, Pittsburgh. This game was fun. It was back and forth. For a second there, as much as I hate to admit it, I legit saw the Jets beating the goddamn Steelers for a second there. I was like, there's no way they're gonna blow this. Brees Hall went for 107 yards rushing with 19 carries, while Jalen Warren, who just got a extension, went 11 for 37. They didn't really do much. Aaron Rodgers played perfectly like Aaron Rodgers. He went 22 from 30, 244 yards with 4 TDs, while Justin Fields also played like an actual elite quarterback and a competent quarterback like he should have been for the last couple of years. He played 16 for 22 with 218 and one touchdown. DK Metcalf was the Steelers' receiver with 4 receptions for 83 yards, while Garrett Wilson just played lights out, catching a 22-yarder. I'm 22, 33-yarder. Sorry. Uh, wow. He went 7 for 95, one touchdown. Aaron Rodgers proved that okay, all that shit everybody was talking about and how much I suck and how much this, how much that, he proved it. He is still an elite quarterback, MVP worthy quarterback. 2 days ago, and I'm saying it right now. If he keeps playing like this, the Steelers are not gonna go 8-9, 9-8. They might go like they might go like I don't know, it's 13-4. Yeah, 13-4. So it's gonna be fun to watch. Um, yeah, this was just a masterclass of just great team defense. Was the problem for both of these teams, I think. Um, there was only one sack, which I can't believe it wasn't T.J. Watt, but they perfectly got him well. It was everything. It went down to the wire, but right when you think they were not gonna come out, Chris Boswell hit a 60-yarder to win the game. For the Steelers, just, just wow, this game was fun. Just, just, Justin Field had 2 rushing touchdowns. You knew this was gonna be an entertaining one. Um, wow. I mean, yeah, the defense of the Jets kind of was a little iffy towards the end there, but most of that game they were playing well on Rodgers. So to see these two teams really go back and forth kind of pissed me off because the Jets are in the AFC East, and I hope this is just a fraud and it's just because the Steelers defense and it played like fucking great. Um, so me, but yeah, like I can't wait. I I want to see how the Steelers play this year. I think they do mid. I don't see them doing well, but if Aaron Rodgers keep playing like this, fuck it. I might be wrong and I might look like an idiot at the end of the year. So my dumb ass won't be impressed by my dumb self. Yeah. Then we get to a delayed game. So of course it was the Panthers versus the Jaguars. There was a lightning delay, which kind of sucked. But of course, well, it's two mediocre teams. Jacksonville ended up winning this one. Everybody's eyes was focused on one player and one player only. Of course, Travis Hunter, who caught 2 balls in this game. Of course, he had 2 receptions for no, he had 6 receptions for 33 yards. Sorry, I'm wrong there. But yeah, he had 6 receptions for 33 yards. He didn't really do a lot, but he played pretty well. You know, giving that. He also had a tackle on defense. So yeah, he had a game, but it was also about the quarterbacks. Bryce Young went 18 for 35 for 154 yards, but did give up did threw a touchdown, but also gave up 2 interceptions, which really cost the Panthers. And Trevor Lawrence trying to show that yes, he is still the guy for this team. Had a 19 for 31, went 178 yards with a touchdown and a thrown interception. Travis Etienne played really well. He had 16 carries for 143 yards, while Chibi Hubbard had 16 carries for 57 yards. Leading receivers was McMillan with 5 receptions and 68 yards, while Brandon Strange had 4 receptions for 59 yards. This game was field goals mostly. It was mostly a field goal game. I don't know what to really say about this one. Mostly just kind of boring. But no, in all seriousness, the Panthers, they need to step it up. Like, they cannot play like early season Panthers like last year. Because they got better later on in the season, but they need to start playing well. And Bryce Young, you need to step it up. Because last year, you stepped it up at the end, which was good for you because you kept your job and you got better and you played really well. But you need to definitely just step it up and play like amazing. Because right now, 2 interceptions. Like, yeah, you had 154 yards for passing and you threw a touchdown and it wasn't bad. But 2 interceptions is not looking well, Bryce. And you're still young, so players like, oh yeah, he's got time to improve. I don't think so. I mean, they already look at the Colts. They already got rid of freaking Anthony Richards, basically. They already move on from that. Trevor Lawrence, he played well, and I kind of hope he does because for him, this is a prove-it season for him. If he don't play well, and the Jaguars don't have at least an improved record from last year, then it's probably time to look for a new quarterback. And he's proving right now that he's still got some fight in him. Travis Etienne, he's definitely gonna be there for a while. So it's this is a game. These two teams need to prove that. Really, these are two teams that need to prove it this season. So let's see which one. Let's see what happens between both of them. But there's more games to talk about, and that's why we get to Cardinals Saints. And wow, with this game, really interesting in the first half. Uh, Kyler Murray, Kyler effing Murray is just wow. Kyler Murray had 21 pass through 29 times, completing 21 of those 29 passes. Threw for 163 yards with 2 touchdowns, looking like the same MVP caliber Kyler Murray he was a couple seasons ago with, you know, Zach Ertz when he first got on that Zach Ertz and freaking DeAndre Hopkins when they first had that team built. Yeah, Marvin Harrison Jr. was their best receiver with 5 receptions, 71 yards, and a touchdown. Trey Benson went 8 carries for 69 yards, and Alvin Kamara was the leading Saints rusher with 11 carries, 45 yards, and 1 touchdown, while Spencer Rattler played a iffy game. He had 27. He threw 46 times for some reason, and completed 27 passes for 214 yards. Jawan Johnson had 8 receptions for 76 yards. Um, just Kyler Murray is just an interesting player. He didn't throw interceptions, which is good because Kyler needs to step it up from last season. I mean, he didn't play bad last season, but just still, this team in an NFC West that is kind of like took a lot of hits as a term of departures for a lot of those teams. This right now is their time to shine, and it's like you need to step it up and play better because it's time for you to step up. And it's time for like if the Cardinals want to make a playoff push, they need to do it right now as all the teams are saying now. Because if they wait for next like a season or two, we don't know. It could be like the Rams make a bunch of huge pickups and during the next offseason or something and be a really big contending team. So yeah, Trey McBride played really well with six receptions, 61 yards. You know, it was a fun thing. The defenses played pretty well. Somehow, no defense got an interception at all this game, which is funny. There was a couple of sacks here and there for teams, but it was a pretty even game. Just the Saints just couldn't pull it out and when they needed to. So yeah, it was the Cardinals on that one. I kind of want to see the Saints. I don't think the Saints are going to do well this year. Especially we don't know who's going to be the quarterback. Will it be Rattler or would they play Rattler for a little bit and then if he starts to playing bad, would they change to a guy like Tyler Stroud? I don't remember how his last name is said. But would they change to him? Because he's, they picked him up really high. They picked him over, a guy like Shador and all that. So would they play him later on in the season, and will he improve from the preseason that he kind of played bad in? I don't know. I would like to see. Giants and the Commanders, and I mean, do I have to talk about this one? It was all Commanders. All right, people should know it's going to be all Commanders. The Giants they're not rebuilding or looking for. It has been a rough couple of years for the Giants. I'm not a Giants fan. I kind of don't really like them at all. But respect to the Giants, it's been tough. But the Commanders, who I think, to me, and probably only me, are the favorites. I see them going against the Eagles again in the NFC Championship. Look impressive most of the day. Russell Wilson went 17 for 37 with 168 yards. He also led the team in rushing with 8 carries, 44 yards. Malik Neighbors, who of course is their arguably best receiver, had 5 receptions for 71 yards and led them. But Jaden Daniels said, "I am not losing," and he had 19 of 30, 233 yards and a touchdown, while Jakari Karski, Murder? Murtic? I don't know how to say that. All right, I'm freaking slow. 10 carries, 82 yards, and 1 touchdown. While Debo Samuel, the newest player on the team, uh, got 7 receptions for 77 yards. I'm saying this right now. The Giants, they need a lot of help here. They need a lot of help because, uh, other than Malik, you have guys there, but you can't have Russell Wilson, your quarterback, be leading and freaking rushing. All right, Ty- Tyrone Tracy Jr. needs to step it up. Freaking Devin Singletary needs to step it up because Devin Singletary is a great running back. I don't know why they don't use him like that. And Tyrone, he played pretty well at the end of the season last year for the Giants. Why ain't they doing nothing? He had 10 carries for 24 yards. Like, that offensive line needs help too, but fucking shit, man. They didn't even use Darius Slayton for some reason. And I mean, yeah, he was iffy the last couple of seasons, but I mean, give him another chance. At least try. Um, Bellinger only had 1 catch. I don't know why they freaking. This team needs a lot of help. Adul Carter in his freaking first game had a half a sack. So yeah, I mean he played pretty well, but just that team needs to get help. Commanders, though, on the other hand, I mean, Jane Daniels had 11, went for 11 carries for 68 yards. Austin Eckler had 6 carries for 26 yards. This team played well. I mean, Debo had a 19-yard rushing score. Like, this team played well. Zach Ertz got the touchdown. I mean, this team played well. It's just, I don't really have much to say about the Commanders because I already knew the Commanders were going to play well against this team. But one thing I will say is that they there were times where I felt like they slowed down and they kind of took this game for granted. And like, look at the third quarter. The third quarter didn't even score. You need when you get later on to the season, you gotta keep letting up because when it's time to get to that point where you're looking playoff implications, you need to show that you're a top tier team and that you can play, even if it's the worst or the best teams. You cannot let up because you never know when the unusual or the strange can happen, which has happened before in the NFL. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Well, the Giants, they just need a lot of help. Buccaneers and Falcons. This game was actually really entertaining. It went back and forth with the ball for down, but of course Baker Mayfield said no, I'm not losing, and found Abuka again, Emeka Abuka for his second touchdown and the winning touchdown with time to go. So, talk about it. Baker went 17 for 32 with 168 yards and 3 touchdowns. Also led the team in rushing yards with 5 carries, 39 yards. Emeka Abuka had 4 receptions, 67 yards, and 2 touchdowns, while Michael Penix, on the other hand, had 72 completed passes to 42 thrown, 298 yards and 1 touchdown, while oh my God, these names are crazy. Fuck. Algier, I don't know, had 10 carries for 24 yards, while B.J. Robinson had he had 6 receptions, 100 yards, and a touchdown. What do I say here? Baker, like I said, nobody, and I'm saying this right now, nobody's better than the Bucs in the NFC South. But if there is a close second, it might be the Falcons. Because the way the Falcons played yesterday, they actually could compete with the Bucs for for the crown of the NFC South, which is still a weak division. Like it's nothing like how it was, but right now it's funny to like really look at this. I am saying right now, you gotta give it credit. I kind of wish that Bucky Irvin he had a pretty impressive game, but I mean, come on, you cannot lead. Rashad White had only 2 carries for 14 yards. I mean, yeah. Emeka Abuka. What can I say? This guy is a stud. They took a steal drafting Emeka Abuka right here. the Bucks because the way he played amazing, and I I think it was smart that they took him because they put him with the probably the best offensive scheme. He's in a great offense. Like think about it like this: when they're healthy, they have Sterling Shepard, they got Emeka, they got Mike Evans, and Chris Godwin. This team right here might have one of the best receiving corps right now in football. It is crazy. It's it's right here, and it's freaking amazing to see them gonna be how good they're gonna be. Would I say they're gonna go far? No, because they still need a lot of help here on the defensive side. But offensively, they got it down. They just need to get some more defensive help. I mean, they got it with, Hassan Reddick. Winfield is still great. Davis is good. Dean is pretty good. Thea Veda is still, one of the best D tackles. So it's not like they don't need a lot. They need a lot of help on defense. They just need a couple of, key parts and they'll get it. As for the Falcons, Michael Penix showed me that I was wrong about saying that he might be a little bit, that I thought he was gonna play terribly, and I thought he still needed some work. He proved to me that he doesn't need as much work as I thought he was. Just him playing and he learned to be wiser in the pocket, to know when to take off, to play smart football. He learned that, which is good, and it's something I also gotta say. But the Bears came about that with another quarterback that was drafted last year. He played impressive. They lost by 3, and then it was a heartbreaking loss because they came so close to winning, and it wasn't Penix's fault. It's a defensive thing, which I mean, this defense should have played better, but they still need help. But dang, Michael Penix played well. B. John played pretty well. I mean, he had a 50-yarder. They freaking used Kyle Pitts pretty good here. Drake London had an exceptional game. You need a little more on defense also, as with the Bucks. But the Falcons proved to me that I literally thought they were gonna be like a low tier team. I thought they were gonna be worse than I didn't think they were gonna be worse than the Panthers, but I thought they're not gonna be really that great this year. It's mostly gonna be the Bucks running away with the South. Right now, they look to me like they could just challenge the Bucks and hell steal it from the Buccaneers and probably make it into the playoffs. I don't know, but they have a quarterback with Michael Penix. This offense looked pretty strong. I don't know if it's gonna keep up. I would like to see it keep going on like this. I don't know. We'll see what happens in week 2. We'll see what happens throughout the season. But yeah, Bengals Cleveland. I don't know what pissed me off more about this game. The fact that Cleveland kind of kept it close, or the fact that the Bengals didn't fucking run away. Joe Flacco played pretty well. He had 31 for 45, 290 yards with 1 touchdown, but also threw 2 interceptions. Samson went 12 from 29. Jerry Jeudy had 5 receptions for 66 yards. Joe Burrow had 14 for 23, went 113 and 1 touchdown. While Chase Brown had 21 carries, 43 yards, and a touchdown. While T. Higgins, who got signed back, franchise tag, got 3 receptions and 33 yards. So I know Cleveland's missing Chubb, and they don't know what to do with the quarterback situation because Sean's not really well. Dylan Gabriel didn't play well in the preseason. He seems like a project, and they're still iffy on how Shador really gonna do with a defense if you play a competitive defense playing an actual team. But God, they need help. This Cleveland team. I don't like Cleveland, as you can tell as I talk. But to be not biased and not unfair, this team just a couple of seasons ago were basically like they were in the playoffs playing really well. You remember like when Joe Flacco came back and it was like, holy shit, this guy came off the fucking couch and fucking brought him to the playoffs. Now they're struggling to look like if they even going to not like if they're going to win more than 4 games this season. I don't know personally. What I could say, defensively, they played well. They played strong defense football. But offensively, y'all need to like figure it out because as much as Joe Flacco is a good quarterback, how old is Joe Flacco? Like what, 35, 36-ish? He's not gonna be there for a long term. And I know he's not the answer because I mean, you give up 2 interceptions, you're not. I mean, unless your defense plays like absolutely freaking perfect, you're not winning. I'm sorry, but for him to throw 2 interceptions, that really costs the team, and they really do have no rushing attack. So it's like you can't to rely on the pass game, but when the pass game is kind of iffy, what do you do? I feel sorry for the defense because the defense of the Cleveland Browns is really exceptional, but it just wasn't. The offense wasn't there. Yeah, they scored 16 points and kept it close with the Bengals, but for what? Speaking of the Bengals, where were you, Jamar? 2 receptions for 26 yards. Jamar Chase. Where were you? The entire game. Where were you? Because I couldn't find you. I was trying. Like, I'm trying to find out where he is, and I couldn't find him on the field. I'm not a Bengal fan. I've been saying what team I am a fan of for the last, I think you watched like 10 minutes ago, I probably said it. But the defense, which everybody was a little questionable on, actually played really decent, and they were the reason why they won this game. But the offense, you need to step it up. Because Joe Burrow, who played really well, there was like no help. T. Higgins played well. Yeah, Noah Fant caught a touchdown. Jamar and Mike actually need to step it up. Like, where else are you? Where is the offense in this game? There was barely any offense after the first half. And it was boring to watch. I mean, the NFC North, the AFC North, which is usually one of the stronger divisions, you have the Bengals, who I literally thought, oh, they're gonna contend. Right now, I don't know, because most likely I don't even see them being better than the Steelers right now. They keep playing like this. Hell, they might end up again third in that division and being like a couple games ahead of the freaking Browns if they keep playing like this. You need to step it up, or you're just going to look like what you were a season ago, and you might get Zach Taylor fired. And I mean, Zach Taylor, who brought him to a Super Bowl just a couple of years ago, did he forget how to coach all of a sudden? I mean, I knew that roster was like pretty well, but like still, where is your offense, man? As for Cleveland, like I said, just fix it, man. Just fix it, man. Just. It was New England and it was the Raiders. The Raiders beat us by 7, 20-13. Geno Smith had 24 completions for 30 out of 34 thrown, went 362 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Ashton Genty, who was his first game, had 19 carries, 38 yards and a touchdown. While Brock Bowers led for freaking the Raiders with 5 receptions, 103 yards. Drake May had 30 tosses, 46 yards thrown. 46 yards passing thrown for 287 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Trayvon Henderson had 5 fucking carries 27 yards. Keyshawn Bonnet, Keyshawn Boudiette had 6 receptions for 103 yards. The first half, New England was winning 10-7. 10-7. It would have been 13 if, of course, the idiot kicker. I swear to God, ever since we got rid of freaking Stefan Kwiatkowski, nobody has able to kick. I mean, yeah, Nick Folk was pretty well, but fucking shit. I'll talk about the Raiders before I get on to my fucking team. The Raiders, second half adjustments. You have to play well in that first half. The Patriots were not expected to even look this well in that first half, but they played well. Gino, you had a pretty impressive game, but that first half, you looked like dog shit. And as for Alshon Jeffrey, I mean, you played well, so it could really be bad. I'm sorry. Receiving, fucking Brock Bowers, a fucking cheat code. He's really well. He's stud. Well, Jacoby Myers, he's still that guy. I don't know if they are going to get rid of him. But if they do, you losing a great player here. Freaking Trey Tucker is just too good. I don't know why he only had 2 receptions. He should have had more. They should have kept trying to fucking blast him. You know? As for the defense, I mean, they had an interception. Max Crosby, a couple of sacks. I mean, it was only 3, which I was surprised by me, but they played pretty well. Look at that. The kicker went too. I forgot he missed the fucking field goal. All right, let's get to this one. Mike Vrabel. Mike. You are a defensive head coach, and your defense fucking failed in the second half. Now, you played well in the first half. Where was the adjustments? Because I've been looking for those adjustments, and I didn't see them. You talked about the defense has to play better. You know, we're going to get the defense right for this first game, blah, 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 all this shit. Shut up, because you didn't do much with that defense. The only player I saw come out the game, there's only 2, and that was Jalen Hawkinson, who had a sack and an interception, all right, 5 tackles, and Harold fucking Landry. How? He had 2.5 sacks on the game. He was legit there. Holy shit. Where was everybody? Because it seemed like everybody was smoking. And I knew Christian Gonzalez didn't play, which really pissed me off because, God, we really needed him. But for what sake? And as for you, Josh McDaniels, you're not winning any games throwing 75 fucking screen passes. It was a screen pass every 3 plays. And I'm just thinking to myself, you have Trayvon Henderson. Why are you only doing screen passes? They knew you were going to go for a screen pass. Third and fucking long. What he does? Let's go for a fucking screen pass. Why? Why go for a fucking screen pass? It makes no sense. Every fucking time, bro. Keyshawn Boutte. You are legit probably one of the better players on the team. You're the first guy to cut Drake May's first touchdown. Drake May, you even play bad. You had one mistake. One fucking mistake. And a little bit, you did kind of play also like shit because you kept overthrowing guys. Come on, man. Come on. Otherwise than that, where was Stephon? I know he had 6 receptions, but like it seemed like that whole first half he wasn't even in the field. Like I didn't even notice he was there. Where Hunter Henry fucking got screwed on one. I mean, well, he didn't really catch it. I'll have to admit, he didn't get both feet down, but he kept trying. Like, you didn't ran the football. What? You ran the football a couple of times. Drake May had to keep it a long time. I'm surprised the offensive line didn't give up more sacks. I'm happy about that, personally, because, I mean, we sucked on fucking that. How the fuck did we fail? We shouldn't have failed the way we did, but we did. It was lost by 7, and I'm kind of glad we only lost by 7, but still, we had a chance to win the game, and you blew it, you sons of bitches. Fuck, man. It is pissing me off, bro, because we did have a chance. We had a chance, but the incompetence of the offense, it's ridiculous. We had 2 freaking Demario Douglas. Listen, I like you, Pop, but you need to step it up because you had 2 receptions for -2 yards. Yeah, you did catch the only touchdown for New England, but fucking 2 -2 yards. Where were you all day? Fuck. Oh God. Before I blow a gasket, New England needs to step up. They need to step up on defense and stop fucking calling these stupid screen passes. It only worked in the tail end of that Super Bowl years for you, McDaniels. Because remember the running backs. You had James White, Rex Burkhead, LeGarrette Blount. You had Dion Lewis. You had Sony Michel. You had stars on that team. Look at the guys we have now. I mean, yeah, you got Trayvon, but Rashawn Stevenson hasn't been the same guy in the last couple of years. You didn't even barely use Antonio Gibson for some reason. Hell, where is the offense? Hell, we've been asking for Chisholm, and where? Because he played well. I mean, give them some reps in practice, but I don't even feel like they do that on the fucking team in practice. Like, fuck. For the Raiders, I mean, just fucking play better on defense and step it up on offense. You shouldn't play like this. You need to step it up. I don't know what was the game plan coming in, but just change it. Just throw that one in the trash. Fucking shit. 49ers Seahawks. Yeah. I was not trying to skim through most of these games, but I let me just be honest. Did anyone really focus on this game? For Brock Purdy, he had 26 completions to 35 attempts. He went 277 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he also threw 2 interceptions. That's not good. Christian McCaffrey played okay. He had 22 carries for 69 yards. I mean, not a great game. Ricky Pearsall played really well, having 4 receptions, 108 yards. While George Kittle and Tongues caught touchdowns, especially George Kittle, who got an important touchdown. While the Seahawks, Sam Darnold played actually better than I actually thought he would. I ain't gonna lie. He had 16 receptions for 23 attempts, 150 passing yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, so that was pretty good. Zachary Charbonnet had 12 carries for 47 yards, while Kenneth Walker III, who is a great running back, kind of fucked his name out, had 10 carries for 20 yards, so that call. This right here is what killed him. Jackson Smith, no, I am not saying his last name. Jackson Smith had 9 receptions for 120 yards, while also, where was Cooper Kupp? Because he only had 2 receptions for 15 yards. Where were you, buddy? Where? What? Did you disappear? Did you disappear after those 2 receptions? Did you disappear? Because I've been trying to look for you, buddy. Defense played pretty well. I mean, they were able to pick off freaking Jordan Love a couple of times. But the Seahawks, this is a iffy season because they've been playing. They lost a lot, but they also got Cooper Kupp, who is an All-Pro, and he's a Super Bowl MVP. He's like a freaking talented player. But at the same time, you need to either start targeting him or find a way to get him into the offense, because this is not going to work. While the defense for the 49ers basically carry them into a win. Nick Bosa got a sack. Fred Warner played pretty well. Like, this team played well defensively. Offensively, they had struggles. And that is the problem for the 49ers the last couple of years. And really getting rid of Samuels and some of the other guys like they did, and no freaking Brandon Ayuk is going to freaking really hinder them. I don't know if they gonna play well. Mind you, Jalen Merrow came into the game and had a freaking yard run for which shocked me, for fuck's sake. But the defense played well for both teams, but the offense is really struggling for this division right now. I see it coming down to two teams: the Cardinals and the Rams. And right now, I just don't see these two teams really playing that well or even doing well this season. I would like to see the 49ers or the Seahawks do well, but right now, as I look, they just not, and I'm sorry. So it's gonna be iffy on them. It was Broncos Titans. Of course, it was Cam Ward's first game, and well, Cam Ward had he went 12 completions for 28 attempts. Went 112 with no touchdowns, no interception. Tony Pollard went 18 carries for 60 yards. He also led in receptions, which receiving yards was 129, one reception for 29 yards. Calvin Ridley had 4 receptions for 27 yards, while he caused a Nim Okonkwo, if I fucked that name up, I'm sorry, had 3 receptions for 19 yards. And where was Tyler Lockett? I don't know. Like, he was a big signing, and nothing happened with him. Defensively, they played pretty well, but of course, it was the Denver's defense that really played well. Bo Nix went 25 completions for 40 attempts, went 176 with 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. Not a great game from Nix, but I think he's still kind of processing everything, you know. R.J. Harvey played pretty well. He had 6 carries for 70 yards. J.K. Dobbins had 16 carries for 63 yards and a touchdown. Cortland Sutton played like Cortland Sutton always does and had 6 receptions, 61 yards and a touchdown. Yeah, this offense, I think they're gonna get better. So this is the first game, so just let it run. Defensively though, they got pressure on Cam Ward, which was good. Made Cam Ward struggle a little bit. I just think really what hurt the Titans mostly was their incompetence on defense. Like, they did kept Denver out of basically scoring, like scoring touchdowns, but they didn't keep them from really scoring. Like, they didn't keep them out of field goal range. They didn't keep them out of, really anything. They scored in every quarter, basically. Like, they played pretty well. But still, the Titans, listen, nobody gives them hope. And they're not going to be really good this season. But still, you have a young quarterback. The defense needs to play well. The offensive line needs to play well because they got a lot of pressure on Cam. And I get it, Cam's still young, so he's gonna struggle a bit, in his first couple of weeks. He's not gonna turn out like a C.J. Stroud or a freaking Jalen Daniels or a freaking, Bo Nix kind of was last year after those couple of games. But he still has stuff to learn. Right now, I think it's not most him. I think it's a kind of the same thing with Caleb, which is he needs line help. And right now, I don't think he has a lot of that. I would like to see what happens later on if they find a way to get some, like trade deadline or something like that. But we'll see. As for everything else, Broncos, they have probably one of the best defenses in the league, and they proved it by pressuring Cam Ward. Yeah, he didn't throw any interceptions, but he got him uncomfortable enough to not let them really score and really do much. So yeah, that was pretty well. For both of these teams, I think Denver is going to be up there in that West division. Right now, they're sitting at number 2, but they're gonna be up there for sure. As for the Titans, listen, just try to get by this season without getting Cam Ward injured or having him lose his confidence, because you could either be like, and I'm gonna use these two examples, C.J. Stroud or a Bryce Young. Which C.J. Stroud had an impressive rookie year, or you can be Bryce Young, who just struggled and never really found his footing. Yeah, he kind of did late last season, but as we saw in the game against the Jaguars, he still struggled. Right now, you need him to like have confidence, to find more confidence, and having him with no line hope is going to get him from struggling. So we'll see what happens with This that was pretty interesting to see those two teams. But let's keep going. Let's keep rolling. Let's go to the Texans and the Rams. And this game was interesting for sure. C.J. Stroud, who he had 19 completions for 27 attempts, went 188 yards, but did throw a pick, and it was a pretty awful pass. Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb ran for 13 carries, 60 yards. Um, yeah. I think he was on Cleveland still. I almost forgot. But this this they need help with. Jalen Higgins had 2 receptions for 32 yards. Mostly, look at this: 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1. You need to find a way to get CJ to find his receivers because he had 5 carries for 32 yards. Now I know he's been playing well. That offensive line tried to hit this offseason, but they need to find it. Right here also is where it's kind of a struggle because this defense got it ain't lit up, but it's still they couldn't find. They still got beat on some occasions because, well, yeah, allowing Matt Stafford to go 21 completions, 29 for 21 interceptions. He only had 8 missed balls. 245 yards and 1 touchdown kind of sucks. Also, Karen Williams had 18 carries for 66 yards and 1 touchdown. Not a good thing. While Puka Nacua had 10 receptions for 130 yards. Now, I knew Puka was going to do this because I like Puka, and I think he is probably one of the best up-and-coming wide receivers right now. And wait until he's in that season where I think he's gonna play exceptionally well. I know he did last season, but this is a year where it's gonna be amazing to watch him. Devontae Adams had 4 receptions for 51 yards. I mean, yeah. This defense got pressure on CJ, which was good because they needed it. But at the same time, both of these teams need something. They need to find some offensive help, mostly. I'm not saying that the Rams need a lot of offense, because you can see it right here. Their offense played pretty well. Their defense, yeah, they played well, but it's just where there's moments where you can play better. It didn't really feel like they did. So, yeah. I don't know what the happened with the Rams. I think they probably win this division. I ain't gonna lie. I think the Rams win the NFC West. I think they're the best team in that division right now. I don't think there's a lot from the Cardinals to really show me that they're better. But as for the Texans, who's supposed to be the best player on the damn team, the best player in this division, for them to lose like this, kind of shows me if y'all don't step it up, there's seriously a lot of questions to be asked about this team. I know they're well coached. I know they're well organized. But this performance, 9 fucking points to lose to a Rams team that only put up 14 points. Your defense played well. Where is the offense? You had all this weapons, and yet none of them showed out. And on defense, you guys got smoked. Yeah, your defense played pretty well, but allowing Puka Nacua, and I mean Puka's a great player, but allowing him to have 10 receptions for 130 yards, that's not good. So, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen, what's going to change. But right now, there's a lot of questions for the damn for the Texans right now, and not a lot for the Rams. Let's get to it. Oh wait, wrong. It was Packers. It was Lions. What a game from what a game. This was entertaining for me. Jared Goff had 31 completions for 39 attempts, went 225 passing yards, one touchdown, one interception. While David Montgomery was the leading running back with 11 carries, 25 yards. While Jahmyr Gibbs did play pretty well. He had 9 carries for 19 yards. Not bad, but yeah. Sam Laporta led receiving with 6 receptions, 79 yards, while Amon St. Brown had 4 receptions for 45 yards, and Jahmyr Gibbs had 10 for 31. Defensively, they need Ben Johnson. Not only do they need Ben Johnson on this, but they lost this. Defensively, where were you? They got lit up badly. Like the third quarter, yeah, they freaking held the freaking. You could say, yeah, well, they held the Packers in the third. Okay, at that point, the Packers were already running away. At that point, I don't know what to say here other than it's just kind of ridiculous. The Lions, who are back-to-back NFC North champions, playing like this is ridiculous. I don't know. There's a lot of questions right now for the Lions. You need to fix the game plan on defense, change some things up, find it. Offensively, they struggled a bit. And I mean, I can kind of get that. The Packers' defense was really good. I'll talk about that defense in a second, but offensively, you need still help. I mean, they didn't really get much from a lot of these guys. While Jared Goff did play well, he still fucking got pressured a lot. He had to rush. He had, you can't allow that. That offensive line needs to be better because having that many pressures on Jared Goff is not gonna win you game. So you need to fix this, or if not, well, the Lions ain't gonna be well. And who I think is gonna win the NFC North, like I've been saying, well, let's start it. 16 completions for 22 passing attempts, 188 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. Jordan Love is the guy for Green Bay. Josh Jacobs went 19 for 66, 19 carries and 66 yards with 1 touchdown. Romeo Dobbs, who had 2 receptions for 68 yards. Jalen Reed had 3 receptions, 45 yards, and a touchdown. Trevor Kraft also had a touchdown on the game. This team played well both ends of the field. They got to the quarterback. And, of course, the biggest eyes on the game were on number 1, Mr. Micah Parsons, the first guy to win number 1 from team owner Curly. Is it Curly? Lambo. I don't remember who it was. Who was the last one who was number 1? But Micah Parsons was the number 1 guy everybody was watching for, and he is the guy because he got 1 tackle, which was the sack. He caused so much pressure onto Jared Goff that it led to basically Jared Goff making a lot of mistakes and really helping the Packers win this game. Yet they got they got to him. Rashad Gary got a sack. Well, kind of got 2 because he got 1.5 sacks. Luka Finesse was a helper on that sack. Offensively, they played well. Look at this. They played well. I don't see a challenge right now. The Packers need to keep this up. Play like this every week. Yeah, you could change some things up, but mostly, I see you as strong favorites right now. If the Lions don't bounce back from this game and be like, you know what, fuck this, Yeah, we fucked up on that first game, but second week, gotta fuck this team over. You know? Then right now, the Packers, you should run away with this division. But right now, you are the team. And you have to prove why this game right here, is not a fluke, and why you are contending. Why are you going to be the ones that say, I want to challenge the Eagles or the Commanders or whatever goes on to the NFC Championship. Why should I not be in those talks? Because right now, you proved it by beating the Lions, who is a team that everybody had talked about going back to the NFC Championship or, basically being out there for Super Bowl or anything like that. Now you put the Packers name in there because of this win. Like I said for Lions, you need to bounce back. You supposed to be the team in this division. You still need to show why you the big dogs. You bounce back from this win and you get back to where you were and prove why you're the team to talk about in this division and in other places. All right, it was Sunday Night Football. It was Ravens. It was Bills. What a game. Like this was. Lamar Jackson went 14 from 19. Lamar Jackson, MVP quarterback right here. When I talk about two of the best quarterbacks, I'm talking about Josh Allen and Lamar. And Lamar proved why he's up there as top two in the league. I'm sorry people want to say, but Patrick Mahomes is there. After what Patrick did the last couple of seasons and this season and then this week one, no. Lamar proved it. He went 4 for 19. 209 passing yards and 2 touchdowns, and the man also had 6 carries, 70 yards on the rush on the ground. I'm fucking slow today, and 1 touchdown. And the best running backs, Derrick Henry, proved why he is the guy. Yes, did he fucking blew this game? Yes, at the end with that fumble to basically cost them, which also needs to be reminded. This defense right here, this Ravens defense needs to play better because you allow Josh Allen every fucking time. They had 1 sack, but again, you let Josh Allen basically take the ball down the field almost every possession. It's crazy. That fourth quarter, they basically ran you guys off the field on defense. They kept going down the field and into the end zone until the point where they won the game. That first 3 quarters, Shaq, you played well against them, and you were doing great on defense. But at the end, when you need to step it up most, you blew it. Derrick Henry played exceptional. 18 carries, 169 on the ground. 2 touchdowns. They couldn't stop Henry until the end. Say Flowers played exceptional. 7 receptions, 143 yards, and a touchdown. The goddamn touchdown DeAndre Hopkins had was amazing. That one-handed snag, just exceptionally beautiful. 2 receptions, 35 yards, and 1 touchdown. They need defensive help because right now, where were you at the end of the game? And for Josh Allen and the Bills, Josh Allen went 33 completion for 46 pass thrown. He went 394 yards and 2 touchdowns. James Cook had 13 carries for 44 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. Josh Allen, though, had 14 carries, 30 yards, and 2 touchdowns himself. Keon Coleman had 8 receptions, 112 yards, and 1 touchdown, while Dalton Kincaid had 4 receptions, 48 yards, 1 touchdown. The defense at the end stepped it up. And I am proud of the defense. I am proud of Pater, who came in, as basically an injury reserve guy. He came in basically just because Tyler Bass, a regular kicker, wasn't there and kicked the game-winning field goal. There is questions, for this defense. They played well at the end, but those first couple of quarters, we're getting spanked by every possible reason. Yeah, you finally got the stop, and you fumbled Derrick Henry to end the game and help win the game. But where were you? This offense played well at the end. They got the adjustments, played well. Josh Allen looked like what he is, an MVP. But for what reason? The defense need to step it up. Both teams have shown me that they don't have a Super Bowl winning defense. They don't. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can score 40 points and win by offensively. But look what happened with the Eagles. They had a good defense last year. So if you played a team with a good defense, what thinks you guys go into a Super Bowl unless you play like the Packers or something, right? Bills, Packers, Ravens, Packers, and they end up forcing you into these situations with their defense, and the defense basically win that game, and your defense basically doesn't do shit to them, or like the Eagles, or like another team in the AFC Championship game, or anything. You guys need to step it up on defense because you're the two favorites right now that come out of the AFC, and right now, you both showed me that you have no defense, and this is why I don't see an AFC team winning the Super Bowl. I said I think it's gonna be like a Commanders, an Eagles, or a Packers. I didn't say the Packers really, but I said one of those teams. You know, not in these. So I'm sorry, but y'all need to step it up on defense. Now we go to last night's game. It was Monday Night Football. It was the Vikings versus the Bears, and the Bears were running away with it for the first 3 quarters. I mean, they were just beating on the Vikings. I mean, yeah, J.J. McCarthy played well. He went 13 for 20, 143 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception that went all the way to the crib. Jordan Mason went 15 carries, 68 yards. J.J. McCarthy called his number twice and had 25 yards for 1 touchdown. Aaron Jones had 8 carries and 23 yards. Justin Jefferson had 4 receptions, 44 yards, and 1 touchdown, while Aaron Jones had 44 yards receiving and 3 receptions for 1 touchdown. Defensively, where were you the first 3 quarters? Really? Because y'all didn't step up until the end. And even then, did you really? I mean, where were you? Where were you, the offense? Where was the defense pressuring on JJ? They were legit spanking you. I think they really went into that 4 quarter and said, y'all want to play football now? Okay, let's score 21 points and win this game. Because the first couple of quarters, y'all looked like shit. I'm sorry, y'all did. And it's crazy. And for the Bears, Caleb actually played like an actual good elite quarterback. Like, he played and he improved. Had 21 completions, 35 yards, 210 passing yards, 1 touchdown, didn't throw an interception. He called his number 6 times. Had 58 yards on the ground, 1 touchdown. DeAndre Swift has 17 carries, 53 yards, no touchdowns for him though. DJ Moore played really good, 3 receptions, 68 yards. Sicarius, I hate these names, had 4 receptions, 42 yards, and Rome Dunze had 6 receptions, 37 yards, and a touchdown, while Cole Kmet had 1 reception, 31 yards. The offense played well. The offensive line definitely improved from last season. Like, I don't even think they gave up a sack. Oh, wait, no, they did. They gave up 2 sacks in the game. But they played well, the offensive line. It's just this. Because, listen, Nashawn Wright picking it off and running into the end zone was in a great moment. I was like, oh, man, this team is beating their ass tonight. I'm thinking the Bears are going to run away with this at some point. And then the defense just fell asleep and they just left the field. Like, they had 1, 2, 3 freaking three sacks on freaking J.J. McCarthy. Only three. They had 3 sacks on J.J. But it's like, where? I mean, yes, you could say, well, J.J. is still young and he was just improving each time. I get that. Yes, true. But where were you, the defense, after the second half? Because it seemed like y'all wasn't there after the third quarter. It seemed like through that whole fourth quarter, y'all didn't even play defense. It's like, you know what? We already won, so what's the point of even playing at this point? I just want to go home. Like, no. You are there for 4 quarters. 4 quarters. Win the game. You had the game on lockdown. Win it. How the hell did you blow it and let the Vikings win by 3? And it's crazy. The Bears are so, like, they played such a well-played game to lose like this. It is crazy. I'm sorry. Caleb played an exceptional game, but the defense blew it for him. And as for the Vikings, I don't know what to say other than incompetence in those first 3 quarters. Where were you guys in those first 3 quarters? Y'all need to step it up and start actually playing. Kevin O'Connell, you are a genius sometimes. But right now, the last couple of seasons, you just showed me that it's just nothing there for you, buddy. Like, where are you? You don't coach pretty well the last couple of seasons. And as for Ben Johnson, I mean, he coached pretty well, but where was your defense at the end, buddy? I don't know. Like, this is crazy to think that, yeah, it was an entertaining game, but where were the defense for both teams? Where were they? Week 1 could be summed up by where's defense? Because I didn't see it for most of week 1, and I'm sorry. It was fun to see these two. This whole week was so often. But, like, where is the defense for most teams? Because the only defense I think I saw the entire week was from the Colts. The Colts defense was the only team that really showed up. So, yeah, this was week 1. I'm just saying it right now. I hope week 2 is better. I mean, some of the games are going to be fun to watch, but I don't know. Mostly, I'm kind of waiting for. Most game I'm really waiting for is this one. As we know, I'm not going to watch Monday Night Football because of other obligations. But the Super Bowl rematch is going to be a really fun one to watch. Just play some damn football, man. I can't wait. This is so fun to see football being back and being played. But I just want to see more competitiveness. Like, it was fun to watch. They had competitive games and fun games, but there were some games where just like, where is everybody? You know, like, I get it's been a couple weeks, but it's like, shit. You know, I know it's only week 1, but still, come on, guys. Where were you guys? So, it'll be fun to watch, but there's still a lot of time to go. So, this was week 1. I'll see you back for week 2 and probably for the SmackDown stream. So.